Hi, everybody. I'm Loretta McNary, reporting live at the Sheriff's Office for the release of the OffenderWatch App. Sergeant Brian Andrews is going to give us all the details.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sergeant Brian Andrews with the DeSoto County Sheriff's Office Criminal Investigations Division. Today, I'd like to just provide you a brief overview of the OffenderWatch program. It's a system our office uses to manage and monitor the sex offender registry in DeSoto County. According to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, there are more than 900,000 registered sex offenders in the United States. One of the challenges law enforcement agencies face in the registration and tracking processes is that they can vary from state to state, which makes it difficult to track offenders' movements, share information, and coordinate investigations across jurisdictions. Before implementing OffenderWatch, much of our process relied heavily on paper records, manual documentation, limited access to field notes and information during compliance checks and investigations, and the methods were time-consuming and reduced the amount of time investigators could actively spend monitoring offenders in the community. OffenderWatch has significantly improved this process. The system allows investigators to manage offender records more efficiently, conduct compliance checks more effectively, and collaborate with other agencies using the same platform. It also reduces the administrative time and workload, which allows the investigators to do more address verifications and field investigations instead of just handling paperwork. Another major benefit is the mapping capabilities. Investigators can map schools, daycares, playgrounds, and other areas that are restricted for registered sex offenders. This system also provides public resources through our website, the DeSoto County Sheriff's Office Sex Offender Registry app, where community members can search for registered sex offenders in their area, sign up for notifications. So if an offender moves near their address, they can get an email. In addition, OffenderWatch has a free mobile application that gives parents and community members access to registry information, mapping features, and family safety tools. Optional subscription services are available that can provide additional monitoring and alert features for parents. But overall, OffenderWatch has strengthened the DeSoto County Sheriff's Office's ability to manage sex offender registry. It makes it more effective and more efficient. We improve information sharing, enhances compliance monitoring, and increases operational efficiency and allows us to spend more time protecting the community. Thank you. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
So what is the problem that the app is really trying to solve here in DeSoto County?
So the app itself, it's a twofold thing. So on the public side, access to the information of where does an offender live, being able to see it on a map and say, try to keep your family and the community around you safe. So being able to have the application, you can look it up and it'll use the data off your phone to see in a radius, and you can say what are offenders either around me or near an address that you select.
And what would your message be to parents who think something like this could never happen in their neighborhoods?
It's always better to be safe than sorry, especially in today's day and age with the increase in technology. We want to be safe. You want to be smart. Technology is not a bad thing, but sometimes people become too comfortable. So the best thing to do is to be safe, be proactive, and teach your children how to be safe on the internet and with their own devices as we continue. Everybody's got a tablet, a phone, a computer, and just teaching them about internet safety.
About how many sex offenders are there in DeSoto County?
Between 250 and 300 at any given time.
And you've been passionate about keeping sex offenders in check since you got in this position, and that's something that's dear to your heart. Like you've gone out there and done it.
Absolutely. I started working with the sex offender registry about 5 years ago. It's something I'm very passionate about, something I invested a lot of my time and my experience, my training in. I believe it's very important for us to keep our community safe, keep our children safe, and we do that by going holding these people accountable. They have rules. The sex offenders have a list of rules and regulations they have to do. And if you don't follow these rules, we are going to, hold you accountable. We're going to arrest you, and we're going to make you go through the process at that point.
And why is awareness like this just really important when it comes to protecting children?
I mean, at any point in time, anything can happen, and a lot of people just, I guess, are too comfortable with the statistics. Don't match up with that. The statistics are that more likely than not, when it comes to especially like a hands-on sex crime against a child, is going to be somebody that somebody that's in the same household, same family, a close friendly friend. So you just want to be able to make sure that your children feel comfortable being able to address it if something happens, and being able to have a safe place to let somebody know if something happens.
So what have been some challenges DCSO has had with tracking sex offenders over the years, and how has the partnership with OffenderWatch helped y'all enforce registration and registering of new addresses?
Sure. So one of the issues is, again, the sharing of the information. Without a system like OffenderWatch, we don't have a process to, quickly or efficiently share the information between different agencies, between different, groups. And so when we get information, it was a lengthy process to go back and find the information we need, and to verify that there was a violation or things. With the new system, because there are over 4,000 agencies on OffenderWatch, there's 15,000 plus users nationwide. So with that, we can share information nationwide and collaborate off of one record for an offender, rather than having everybody has their own. So if somebody moves from here to California, to New York, to Florida, we can share the same information around the country to keep everybody safe.
And what have you heard from parents so far about the OffenderWatch app?
Well, it's brand new, and so we're looking forward to any kind of information that people have about it. We just went live, and we do look forward to any feedback and information that it could bring.
And how long have y'all been in the works with implementing OffenderWatch and releasing this app?
This process has been going on specifically roughly a year, but we've been working towards this process for the last few years to find a successful system that allowed us to be able to protect the community better.
And what are some key areas y'all are focusing on with the OffenderWatch program, like specific areas, specific, individuals, or anything like that?
We treat every offender on the list with the same list of rules and regulations, but we take the app, and the software provides a means for the community to provide easier tips to us if there's an offender there. So we actually got one today. We get tips in. It allows us to be able to map out our address checks and be more efficient, and be able to kind of track what areas may need what percent of population is in what areas of the county, so we can use all the different aspects of the app to be able to be more effective.
How
Do you plan to host any information sessions to teach parents how to use this or anything like that?
There are discussions in the works. I can't speak on that where it's going to go at this time, but it's something we are open to discussing. Definitely. I will say that on the website for the DeSoto County Sheriff's Office Sex Offender Registry page, there is a spot on there. If you click it, it says it's a presentation, and if you click that, it'll take you to a short PowerPoint within the app or within the website, and it shows you how to use it. It demonstrates the mapping features and different sections of that. And then there's links to OffenderWatch that has more resources for parents to use.
are those real-time notifications when one moves into the neighborhood? And the second part of that question is, what tips are provided in the app for parents when they do get a notification? Because I can only imagine that they're going to be, freaking out about it.
So the notifications should be real time, but it's based on the information being updated in the system. So when we get information provided to us, we verify the information, make sure it's up to date and it's accurate. So once we process the information and publish it, then yes, it's real time from that point forward. And can you repeat the second part?
What tips are you giving and options for parents when they realize that someone has moved next door to protect them?
Sure. So, one thing I would say is to check out our app and check out the website. There are specific sections on there that have talking tips for parents with children of different ages that you can use. There are different frequently asked questions about best ways we can manage. If you feel like there's somebody that's living there that you don't think should be living there for whatever reason, obviously there's avenues for you to provide information to us to look into the potential violation.
What are some tips you'd like to give to parents as they're downloading the app and kind of like seeing what it's all about for the first time?
Just, look at it and kind of digest how it could work for your family. There are numerous free features, and you can test them to see how you work. And then, there's the obvious paid benefits that you can get where they offer you added layers of security for your phones. I know, there's sections where you can add things on your child's phone where if they if somebody attempts to contact them from a number that's within the OffenderWatch network for an offender, the parent can get a notification. So there's other added benefits if somebody's looking for extra layers of security with their children.